It is Monday, August 22nd. Take a quick gander around the garden. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning. Sun is just starting to come up over there. The eggplants are still going, but I'd say a little slower than peak. The zucchinis back there are still going, but a little slower than the peak. The San Marzano tomatoes that are up against this side here, they're doing all right. They're starting to ripen quite a bit. We're getting about, I don't know, 3 gallons out of a 5-gallon pail. The the corn back there is basically done and ready, but we're just gonna let it hang out because it's not really eating corn. It's not sweet corn. Peppers are still going pretty strong, I'll be honest. We're letting them sit on the vine to kind of, we're kind of letting them sit there just to kind of let them mature these peppers a little bit and maybe slow down and relax, because we've got so many banana peppers. I don't know, you can just see they're riddled with them still. We basically just stopped picking them. The Japanese beetles are still going strong. Yesterday we tried putting these young chickens we got into here to maybe see if they would even be interested in those bugs. They're not at all. We just picked most of a bushel of tomatoes, cherry tomatoes specifically, yesterday. That situation is still going strong, let's just say. The rutabagas are still in the ground. They're good for another 4 weeks, I believe, in the ground, supposedly. And I pulled the black radishes out. A bunch of them had stress from heat. They had actually bolted. They didn't come out that well. I only probably got about a dozen. Actually, pickles came out pretty good. Those silly pickle plants there that don't know which way to grow are actually doing all right. And back there, the Brussels sprouts are starting to grow some Brussels finally, or some sprouts, sorry. Sadie is keeping an eye on this plant. This is a very dramatic variety, whatever this is. It wilts during the day like it's completely dead. Another pumpkin plant. We got some more string for our weed whacker. We need to get trimmed up around here. All these, like that's probably one weed plant. Weed, like a weed, not weed, Tim Apple, but there's only like 4 or 5 of these weeds around that mound, but they're big plants. That one's probably the one doing the worst. You can see it's actually doing all right of our pumpkins. And then this guy here, man, I wish I remember what kind it was, but these are doing pretty well. They're clearing the weeds themselves now. And there are little pumpkins growing out here. Way down here, there's a pumpkin. Better shot of the Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts take a really long time. The plant has to grow, and then the sprouts have to grow on it. So they are a slow moving plant. I think generally the goal is to just get a big plant, and then the sprouts will come with it. So we took off 3 heads of corn yesterday. What's the dog doing? Hey, come on. What are you doing? What are you doing? There's nothing over there for her. The corn looks okay. It doesn't look great, but it is. I mean, there's heads on it. There's ears, I guess. Ears. There's one there, the center of the screen there. So I picked off a few of those, and you know, it is what it is. It's some kind of super duper hybrid, because that's what I need to actually get corn where I live. And then there's the sunflowers, and you can see they're basically done. When the heads droop, they are. Sadie, get out of there. When the heads droop, they're basically done. So we left quite a few red tomatoes over there on the vine because we just honestly were tired of picking them. It was hot, and we had enough. So there's some more still ripening off over there. I don't remember what variety that is. It is row 11, 10, 9. Row 9. so I'll figure that out. Anyway, quick garden update. Chickens are having fun over there, and we'll catch y'all later on